Only get one life to live, we only got one life to live. Yeah, I feel the shit in my spirit, whatever I got, I'ma give. Yeah, I had to look in the mirror, so that's what I got up and did. Yeah, now that I see what it is, I finally feel I can get out and live. Live, yeah, live, yeah, live. I feel I could live, yeah, live.
We are now tuned in for another episode of Pure Potential. And this one's special to me because right now I'm back in the motherland. I'm in Nigeria. I'm in Las Giddy. Specifically in the hometown of my partner right here, George, who is one of the guest hosts.
Yes,
and
sir.
we have Panda Monae.
Yep.
Who is also from Surulere. So we're
Let's
in Surulere
go.
right now, live recording this. And I'm gonna let you all introduce yourself. But before they introduce themselves, please like and subscribe. We definitely do appreciate the love and the support. But go and do that for me right now. And I want George to first introduce himself, and then Panda Monae.
Yeah, as you guys know, my name is George. I'm not gonna tell you my last name, but I have a stage name, Greece. But you guys can follow me on Instagram, TherealOnixei. Yeah, that's it.
Yo, guys. So my name is Panda Monae. I'm a musical artist, songwriter, and also a creative director. So yeah, I mean that's it. Panda Monae, PandaMonae, Panda Monae.
Yes,
Yo.
sir.
Yeah. So, and we also got Sulamon that's in here. I don't know what his stage name is, but
Susie Kush.
he's in here. He's behind
Way back.
Right. Susie Kush.
He's behind the camera, so I appreciate Sulamon doing that for us for sure.
Yes, sir.
And so, as you may know, with them just talking about the nickname of what do you say,
What is it?
What you
Susie
say?
Kush.
Susie Kush.
Yeah.
Susie Kush.
Yeah. So they go way back, you know, they're from Surulere. And
Yeah.
they grew up together.
Right.
And that's why I said let me bring Grease on.
Yes, sir.
to also just hop on this interview with me.
Yeah.
But I was back in the States, in Chicago, when I had came across Panda Monae. When George had told me about it, he's like,
Nah,
hey,
that's-
check out my homie.
Nah, that's
Word.
my homie, day one.
Yeah.
For real,
Day
bro.
one, bro.
For real.
He was like, check out my homie. So I was like, all
Yeah.
right, bet. And when I checked him, I'm like, bro, like, he's definitely got that. Like, and that was about what? How long ago was that you had? Maybe
It's been a minute, though.
It's been a minute. Maybe
yeah.
3-4 years.
Yeah,
Word.
yeah, kind
and,
of, yeah.
And when he told me about it, I'm like, okay, bet. And from that point until now, I have to give you your flowers. You have improved so much. Like I can see that your craft that you started understanding what you're like. You started understanding how you were coming and what you were trying to do.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So it's like I definitely want to give you flowers for that. For just
Appreciate that.
staying persistent and just grinding it hard.
Appreciate that.
Especially with coming from Nigeria, where everybody's
Yeah.
trying to make it in music. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it's
lie,
tough, yeah.
it's really tough. So definitely, I hope you're the next person that comes. Not even hope, you are the next person that's gonna come out
Yeah.
Surulere for sure. So definitely, and just to kick it off, I just want to know first and foremost the name Panda Monae. Where did that come from, and is it like pandemonium or like I'm just trying to figure out where that came from.
Like when they ask me that question, I always go back and be like, you know, back then, like with George, right? With Grease now. with
Yeah.
George,
Yes, sir.
they usually used to call me Black Man, right?
Mhm.
And because of my skin tone.
Yeah,
I mean, we're both dark, but like
Yeah.
I got like a darker skin tone sort of.
Yeah.
And you know, when I chose the name Panda Monae, it wasn't like a stage name for music initially. It was just a name that I didn't want to be the same as my original name, like my birth
Yeah.
name, right? So Panda is like black and white. And way back, we always used to like color our pictures black and white. And for me personally, I feel like the best stories are told in black and white, right? Like without blemish. If you put a black and white filter on a fair person, the only thing you see is black and white. You can't tell if the person has a discoloration on their face or what.
Yeah.
Like the best stories is typical. Black and white is typical. And then with my skin tone, I just felt like, you know what? I'll make it that. So it was, I wanted to do like Panda, but like, I'm like, you know, we need to make it more, you know, so I added Monae to it. Monae doesn't have no deep meaning to it. But then I gave Monae to my, you know, I got Teddy, a little panda thingy. So I named that Monae and then I'm Panda. So that's why everyone calls me Panda.
Yeah.
But the full name is Panda Monae. Yeah,
Facts.
so that's where the name came out from. I wanted something that, spoke about, the real life.
Yeah.
How we have like real stories being told in black and white. That's basically where it came from, yeah.
So you wanted something that stands out, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Basically.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. And we'll touch back on that, the part where it's fair, but can you let them know what fair skin is? Because I have some people who may not be familiar with the whole fair skin, like
like light skin.
Yeah.
When you're light skin. I mean, in Africa, in Nigeria, bro, like, yeah, we are blacks, but then your skin tone, also, you have like different skin tones in Nigeria. You have like really dark people. You have, fair people. You have fair people meaning light skin. That's what we mean.
Yeah.
You get me? But like, it's not white.
Yeah, I feel you.
You feel me? It's not white. It's fair. That's what we say, because it's not. It's just.
I don't know where that
between.
came from.
Yeah,
that's
what it is.
I knew what it was.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
something
like-
we used to say a long time ago.
I've
People just say
always known.
fair.
We just
Like
look
this,
fair when
yeah,
you're black,
fair.
bro. Like, but it's the same. We're all blacks,
Yeah.
but
For real.
it's what it is.
Man,
You get me? So yeah.
that's another subject that can be talked about later with the
Right.
whole colorism
Yeah.
Right.
thing. That's his own thing that's going on. But
Right.
yeah, just going next to specifically, I guess the inspiration for even stepping into this, or the motivation to want to be in this, like, doing this music thing. Like,
Right.
where does that come from? Like, was it, is it just being in Nigeria and hearing the music and saying that I also, I like that as well? Or, did some people tell you that you could just flow? Like, how did that come about?
Right. So, way back, George and I, we used to mess with the keyboard. Like, I had the keyboard. My dad put me in piano classes
Yeah.
that I used to always like stab. I didn't always go every time.
Yeah.
But he did that. And he got me a keyboard. I'll practice with it. So George and I met in secondary school, and we started to kick it off. So he would come over to the house and he'll play the keys and I'll sing. We just do renditions and stuff. I would rap. I originally used to be a rapper because like Kendrick. Kendrick is like my Kendrick is like my
every day.
That's like my mini god. You get me?
God.
Like I listen to him like day in, day out. Introduce people to Kendrick. Like, have you heard this guy? And they're like, dude, come on, man. You get me?
Yeah.
So it didn't used to be creating music for us. It was just vibes and whatnot.
Yeah, just playing around.
Yeah, we're just playing around. It wasn't, I don't know if I told you, my dad heard us singing. We're doing a rendition to Adekunle Gold's Oriente one time. We're doing that. And I think my dad heard when George had left, and he asked, oh, who was singing? I said, I. And then George was playing the keys. He was like, oh, word? All right, no problem. Do you think he wanted a guitar? I don't know if you were around when he got me the guitar.
Yeah, I
at the
remember.
time.
I was
Yeah.
there.
So he got me a guitar attached to that. But then George left in 15. And then my dad passed 1 month after. I never learned how to play the
Rest in
guitar.
He didn't know how to play. Like, we had the guitar was there, but
I didn't. So I was supposed to start to like learn, and then 1 month after, when George left, my dad passed. So I just never did. I gave that guitar out. I gave it as a gift to someone, actually.
Wow.
Because I just thought, I don't think I'll ever learn how to play guitar. I don't think I'll
like-
ever. Even though I have the opportunity to. I just think I'll leave it like that. Because I feel like for me, I wanted to learn how to play, so I play something for my father at that point.
Okay.
You feel me? So like, I just feel like, you know what? That's that. You feel? So it was all of that going on with, just playing around with stuff. And, I got into school, I got into university, and then in my head, I met a producer of mine, Quest. He produced my first 2-3 songs. We always used to like chop it in the studio. He called me one day after church and he says, yo, pull up, there's this beat. That was the first time ever I went into the studio proper myself. And I did this freestyle. And, apparently boys had heard it. Boys in Surulere used to come to the studio. I'd already heard it. They were like, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Like Panda Monae, something. Monae. They usually used to call me Monae.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'll go to the studio, and then we started to like draft my first song. Everything started off as just vibes. It wasn't intentional as it started, right? Up until 2019, late 2019 was when I became intentional about making music.
Okay.
No, like seriously, you feel me? So we just used to chop it up, go back and forth. Made the first song, dropped it in 2017, did another one in 2018, did a couple of them. But then in 2019, with everything that happened in my life, I said, you know what? I think I could get better at this. I feel as a human being, if you like face something, even if it's one thing, and you do it consistently, you're persistent about it, I feel like eventually, slowly but surely, you'd get some sort of flowers from that. Right.
Yeah.
I put out the first song, It used to be it used to be 500 plays, it used to be 700 plays, 1,000 plays. 2019, met some group of people, put out more music. We just kept on kicking it, right? But then what I realized is people, for me, yeah, when I make music and people hear music and they tell me, bro, you're dope, bro, you're the genius. Nah, all that don't move me, man. Like, what I always ask you is, how do you feel about the song? What do you feel? Yeah. Does it spark something? I feel like music is that spiritual, right? Exactly. So like when you listen to my voice and you listen to me just sing, yeah, in your head you're thinking, yeah, this guy is good. Yeah, that's fine. I think I heard that enough to know that I'm not doing something wrong. But like, how does that make you feel? Do you like the music? You know, not to come tell me, oh, guy, you did try. Nah, do you actually like, you feel, do you actually like the music? That's where I like constructive criticism on that subject. You feel me? Not vibes, because, bro, there are a lot of dope artists everywhere in the world, bro. But if you come to Nigeria, bro, it's a different ball game. I could pull you up to like the street somewhere now and I get 10 boys to freestyle your head off, bro. Like, they'll blow your mind off. That's, you feel crazy, me? That's how creative we are.
Facts.
And crazy. So for me, it's like experiences. I live what I speak. You feel me? On a daily. You get me? So it's like all of this happening, all of that happened through the years. My father, everything has built me up to this moment. So why go into the studio and do anything aside that story?
Facts.
Right. So like my music is real life experiences. If you pay attention to it, you could get it. I could call some of my songs that are diss tracks, but you will not understand it until I explain to you. But then the people that have those disses know themselves. Yeah. So themselves. You feel me? So yeah, that's how basically started for me. So it was vibes. We just used to chop it up, and then now we're here releasing music, and now our music got 100,000 streams, 200,000 streams. You feel me? 300,000. We're doing 1 million on a project. We're pushing more, and we're still just grinding it out. So sometimes we get tired, and then you know how it is. With every hustle, there comes that time where you feel like, oh God, Jesus, am I really doing this? Is this my calling? Am I really? Because you have setbacks in business, everything. You get me? But if you stay consistent on that path, trust me, one day, you know what's up. You would know what's up.
Right. So you're very committed. Like you're not saying anything else. Like you're just locked in. Like you like
right. Like I'm building something, because it's not just music. You get me? But like I'm building something. But for everything that I build, what I realized is, as long as I keep giving to that thing, something will come out. 2019, I didn't have 2,000 streams.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like early 2019, I didn't have 2,000. And like, I'm doing something right. It's not about someone else telling me. Like, I know I'm anxious about stuff, anxiety, all of that, but I'm doing something right. For more people, on Apple Music, I have more streams from the United States than in Nigeria.
Wow.
I can see the data, right? So it has to be that something is going on, right? I've not met those people listening to my music, but something is going on that I do not know yet.
Yeah.
But all I can see is that the work I put in brings so and so result. So I have to keep inputting more work. I put this much work into it. I have to do more to make sure that, I'm transcending. I'm moving on to the next level. Like my uncle would say, or he said to me a few weeks ago, he said, when you fail forward. Don't fail standing in one place. So when you fall, you know what direction to go to.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Valid.
But if you're standing in one spot, when you stand up, you're not sure where to go. But if you're failing forward, failing forward is you picking up yourself every day and saying you're trying, okay, this thing, I'm going to get better at this. My vocal, I started to do vocal training, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Vocal training, I read about the music business. I try to know what's distribution, what's publishing. Like, I got my shit registered with all the publishing, all the necessary things I need to register. I do all that myself. Right, I could even register all that. Like, I do all of that myself. I learned this stuff. Like, because the more scarce information is, the more money they put on it to give you that information, right?
Facts.
But the internet exists for us to learn stuff, So I consume a lot of information to better help myself. It might not yield all the results that I want or the success that I want yet, but the fact that I can go into every room and not be totally lay, like I don't know stuff going on, you feel me? I feel like that's important for me. So yeah, I'm just giving to this thing as much as possible.
definitely strongly believe that what you sow is like what you reap. Like
yeah, most definitely.
you're nurturing that growth right now, and
Steady every day in, day out, whether stress comes with it, anxiety, just try.
that's
Just
what's
try.
up. And
Just
I
try.
love the part where you talk about I think it's a characteristic that I see in a lot of people who are eventually successful,
Right.
that they always want to be coachable, right? So it's like they understand that I don't have to listen to everything everyone says. Not saying not listen to everything. I
Right,
don't have to
right.
take everything that I don't have to
Exactly.
take
You
the
don't have to
advice
consume
of
that.
everything that
Right.
someone is telling me. But you're understanding that there's something that you can listen to from each person you come across, and that there's something that may be beneficial to your growth
Exactly.
in the way and you go about your approach to making the music, or
Right.
maybe someone's giving you some criticism on like, I really like that. Like we was in the studio the other day, and I was just like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like this is gonna be a hit when it's put out.
Right.
I literally was telling him like, I'm like, bro, this is gonna be a hit.
Right,
Like I
right.
promise you, when I hear it, you'll know. Like, cause it's
Yeah.
something that with your music, bro. It's like it's really evoking something in like the spirit. Like it's like I feel it's something I'm feeling like as
Right.
I'm listening to it. I'm like, I'm feeling this, and it's just like there's
Right.
no way that you don't feel it, and I think that's really dope. But I will say that just that part about being coachable for anyone, that's a big thing. Definitely being able to take criticism,
Right.
and not everyone is gonna have, I guess you can say, kind words or even be able to get the message across to you in the best way.
Right.
Especially knowing us Nigerians.
Exactly.
From our parents, they'll tell you like, this is nonsense, this is rubbish. Like,
Right.
what's this like?
Right.
But at the same time, they're trying to tell you something, but they're not saying the best way. But they're like, nah,
Yeah.
like this is where you can do better, or this way you can do this. Like,
Yeah.
But I definitely would say that that's important.
Yeah,
but,
it's like when like this month, the 10th of December, I did my first live show, right? And my mom was there.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like my mom came out,
Oh,
you feel
wow.
me? Like, and she cried, and she said something to me. She said, oh, so this is what you do, right? Like this is, I mean, she's heard me on the radio, she heard my music, she listens to all my, so she knows the lyrics, but like she saw me do it live right in front of her, right? She was there in front, and I could see her, and the first song I started with is like dedicated to her, sort of, that itself, I feel like when I came out on stage and I looked at the whole people standing in front of me, in my head, I felt like Popples, right? Like I felt like right there, that was Popples. Like the fact that I spoke about something, people came out, people know the song, singing back at me, knowing, the lyrics, for something I just started for something that I've just been trying to develop myself in. So it's like, for artists, they'll say, development is very important. Every day, personally, I develop myself as an artist. So I pick from everybody. I'm saying, what are they doing right? What can I learn from there? You get me? What's the bad thing that they're doing? What can I cut out? How do I speak? Am I better at this? How do I portray myself in interviews? Being an artist is a character. You have to know that. Like it's different from it's real life, but like it's different from you as a normal person at home, just crossing your legs on your chair and just being you.
Yeah.
Me, Yinka Fofa. Right. But being Panda Monae, you have to be a certain way. You have to be that character that people know, because that's what they love. It's not Yinka Fofa they love, it's Panda Monae, right? You have to know that this is who you are, right? Day in, day out. So you cannot shift away from that anytime, any day. So I have to personally, consciously develop myself. And the fact that my mom could see that, my mom could pray for me and say, and every day she's texting me, hope this is the important things you're supposed to be doing. You do, all of that, is very, very, very important to me. The fact that I got boys that are like rocking with me, you get me? I got people that are like, bruh, Panda is about to drop a new song. Like, yo, let's go. We have people that would just naturally just do stuff because they believe. Like, they believe not because you're telling them to, not because you're begging them to. They just believe, bro. Like, they've seen me put out song 2017 till now. Bro, I listen to my songs from way back, and I listen to my songs and I'm like, damn.
Growth.
Who's this guy?
Oh, God.
You get me?
Yeah.
So now I don't know what 2023 holds. I'm planning something in my head for a new project. I don't know what it's going to sound like, but I know definitely it's going to be better than what in terms of. And so I create music for different eras. At the show, You had people singing along to Shukura that I dropped in 2020. You had people singing to Laba Laba last year. Nice and Sweet 2020. Like different eras about my music. I'm not the biggest artist in the world, but then I have people that are core people that have known my growth process from all these different parts. And that's important to me. You get me? So you became a fan at Laba Laba, nice. You became a fan at Dawn and Dusk. You became a fan at Talile or the next one or the next one or the one before, the one in the past. But that's how you measure, how you're growing. I'm not overnight. Nah, I've been grinding. You get me? Like I've been putting in work, and I feel like that's more important for me, the most.
So would you say you have homies that know like your songs from like day one?
Bruh.
Like do you like, can you like count with your hands, or you could like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I know. I mean, Solomon is standing right behind the camera, right? Lamar rather is standing right behind the camera, right? And that's but that's Jay Lamar, right?
Don't call me that name.
But if I have to count them, there is a number of them. But if I had to call like boys from home, like way back, Raphael, like they're a bunch of people sometimes. Like when I think about them, like, yo, bro, this nigga's been rocking with me from day one, bro.
Yeah.
Like, not because of anything, just for the sake of, bro, my homie's doing something. You feel me? And they believe in that thing. So when we pop off tomorrow, it's just going to be vibes and shit. Like we're just going to, okay, this is the amount of work we put into this. We have to do more work to like move to. It's like I don't have no new friends for me. Like to be honest, regardless of how we might cut off, like George has been we don't speak every other, but like I have no new friends. My same old people.
Yeah.
If you from my dudes I've known from way back. There's no, but we make acquaintances every day. Like
for sure.
If it's about knowing a bunch of people, trust me, we know a bunch of people.
Yeah, I've known you since you were bored, like.
Since I had bro, without the fro, like popping out that I had a small egghead. You get me? But like now we're here, you get me? But the future, I feel like the future holds so much. So yeah, back to your question, like I have homies from day one. George was from piano when we had trashy voices.
Keys,
You feel me? Like the keys and when we just used to sing along and vibe.
And it's crazy because there's this dude that used to make music then. What's his name?
Dotun.
Yeah. That guy was good. Like,
we're fans.
I'm telling you, we're fans. Like, we just thought that guy was like just. But
he made me install Fruity Loops. You remember? Like,
yeah, he did. Like that guy was good. Like literally, that guy could sing.
From
like,
you guys' side.
Yeah, he was older than us though.
He was older than us.
Yeah, he was someone like we just used to like chop with it. Like we just come to his crib or hey guy, we just want to see you do your stuff. You get me? But I don't know if he pushed, till now. But like in my bio, he's in my bio.
Yeah,
fact.
Yeah.
Because he was good, like, you know what I mean?
He inspired us to just always play the keys, just play the keys, and I just sing. And now we're here making music. We're growing.
Nobody know where he is, though.
Yeah. But just what it is.
Somewhere.
But that dude, just based off of that, is the fact that he was able to inspire.
Yeah.
And I think that even though, for me personally, like the whole thing with me, like starting this whole podcast.
Right.
It was like, there's a million podcasts out there, I want to see how far I can take it. But the real reason behind it was just like, because that person I was watching on YouTube or listening to their podcast, they inspired me in a way, right? So I think we can get inspiration from everything, like from going out in nature. We can get inspiration from seeing someone's artwork. We were just talking about this. It's just so many things to get inspiration from.
Right.
And that's what I think about when it comes to you, or you even doing your thing on the artist tip, where it's like, you don't know where it's gonna take you. But even like that dude, we don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
He still inspired you, and I think that's really dope.
Till this day, bro.
He probably don't know.
Till this day.
You probably don't even know.
Probably don't know.
Till this day. When I think back, I'm like, yeah. We're hopping on stages, yeah. Like this is inspiring for us.
Yeah.
This is inspiring for us. You get me? So yeah.
Nah, that's what's up, man.
So far, so good.
That's what's up.
So far, so good.
And so I was gonna ask, it was really with you, right? I wanted to know, like, with you, the two of you, did you guys like actually come out with any songs at
No,
all?
hell no.
Not that time.
Nah,
No.
at all, bro.
No, I didn't even think about making. That music wasn't even in my
We
head.
wasn't
It
thinking
was-
about
it was
making,
just-
bro. We're just vibing,
But
bro.
it was just, you're just playing around. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you buying a toy for a kid. The baby might not see what that toy could do.
Yeah.
If you don't open it, you might not know what that toy could do. So we didn't know what the toy could do.
Yeah.
We didn't know where it could take us to. You know?
Right.
So, we're just, messing
chopping
around.
it, messing.
Until I didn't even know he took it serious. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like,
So you were already in the States by that time.
yeah, I was already I was in the United States. So I really didn't know that, he started going to the studio and,
Yeah.
Wow.
moving around and like actually taking it serious. So, and until one day I'm like, I seen some Panda Monae followed me on Instagram. I'm like, what's my like, and then I seen, I was like, oh wow, like, but I never ever questioned him like, why did you name, give yourself that name, that stage name, until
Right.
we actually spoke on the phone. And maybe, what, I was just following, I was keeping up with everything on Instagram. That's how I knew that he actually took it serious. And then he started posting like, Instagram stories and, of him, singing, making music, just making like TikToks and trailers or whatever they call it. And, from there, he took it to the next level. So now we're here. Well, now he's here.
Facts.
Hopefully we can get a song out of it too, y'all. I'm
Facts.
trying to get them to get a song together before.
Man, shit,
before we dip.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Before we
you
dip,
know?
because that'd
Yeah.
be crazy. We was
I'm
playing,
ready.
they was playing around a little bit in the studio, and I was
Right.
like, yeah, y'all could really do something crazy.
Yeah.
But
Right.
let's forget that one. So, I wanted to go back to the part where you were like, you got the stage name, you got who the fans like, and this and that, right? And then you have who yourself is, Jinka. So my question is, how do you stay grounded? Like, how do you stay true to yourself throughout? I asked that question in terms of like, how success can just happen so quick, and like next thing you know, you're just huge. Like, what's that thing that will keep you grounded or does keep you grounded? So it's like, my head don't blow. Like, I'm not, like, usually a lot of people's head can get so big and like,
and then you just
Yeah.
forget where.
where you
where
come
you
from
come
and
from,
who
yeah.
you are.
For me, I know what the struggles are, right?
Uh-huh.
Like every day, I know what I have to deal with. I know what, I know what the pain is. You get me?
Yeah.
Like the full meaning to my name is faith, struggle, pain, perseverance, and love.
Okay.
5 things, right?
Mm.
I know what the struggle is. I know how I had to keep faith going, or I have to every day, right? So like I'm praying for the big day.
Mm.
And the big day is not a day. It's like
Yeah.
all this process mashed up together, and
Man,
you're just
talk about it.
You get me?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that moment where we're, the thing is, the moments are showing up day in, day out. But as human beings, there's this thing of there's a certain thing that has to be happening before we know that it's what
actually-
you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
but like for me, when I think about it, right? Yeah, everything is important, but like, love for me is very important. And if I don't have all of that around me when I have what I am aiming to have, I feel like I wouldn't have anything at all.
Man.
You get what I mean? Like
Mm.
I'm trying to be able to share everything I have with everyone I can share it with, because all of this in the end isn't completely my own.
Yeah.
Everything we have, everything I have, the life I have is a gift.
Mm.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
and the only path to the end is this life that we live, and all I can do is just grind it out until I get it,
Mm-hmm.
day in, day out. So what will keep me grounded is the fact that I have the people that have always rooted for me. I have the people that have always prayed for me, that have always done stuff for me. So when I eventually grab that thing, it's very important that I know that those things, those people made this thing happen.
Yeah.
So how do you don't go lose yourself to the things that you chase so much, and now you're just now the thing controls you. Yeah, like that's not the aim. The aim is to be able to get good life, to be able to do the things I want to do, effectively without worries.
Yeah.
For me, I always want to be part of something building, something great going on. Like that's my aim, you feel me?
Yeah.
Buzzing, like something building going on, like some dope stuff. That's what's important to me. You feel me? So like I have to always make sure I look at those things to keep my mind set that, okay, yeah, all these things in the end, right, is not completely yours. Like you'll die one day and you will leave it all behind.
Yeah.
So make sure you take advantage of the fact that hope you spread as much love as possible.
Yeah, just be wise with it.
Be wise with it. Be wise with it. Hold it like it's going to break.
Yeah.
Like it's going to fall and then just disappear every day. You feel me? Regardless of it. Because you could fall any day and just go. And that's it. That's it. The hype, the glory, it's just your name that'll be left. That's it.
That's facts.
So you have to build a good one for people to even remember it in the first place.
Mm.
You feel me? So yeah.
Wow. And what would you say that success looks like for you?
Success. Peace in mind, because if you ask me what am I really chasing, I'm chasing peace. Right? Yeah, nice cars and a dope house and a great family and all of that, but all of that is one thing, it's peace. Finding peace every day. You feel me? Like, because if you have peace, it means you're successful because you're not worried about too many things at the same time. You're just focused on the things around you that are great for you, for your soul, for your grind, all that struggle, all that chaos. And then you just have this environment or this place in your mind where everything just feels okay, right? So success is finding that peace, you get me, in the end of it all. The nice cars, all that sums to something, right? And that thing it sums to is peace, because you're not going to have all of that and be worried about so many other things. You're not going to have that dope family and be worried about so many other things. You just look at your life and be like, well, in the end, we got this. So yeah, that's success. I feel like that's success for me.
And sometimes you can have all that stuff and still not have peace.
Exactly. You feel
like
me?
you can have a nice car, nice this, nice that,
and it's just,
and you're not happy. You know what I mean? Or you have a wife that's stressing you out.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel me? Like, so,
I mean? Yeah.
So peace, actual peace is success. Like peace, if you really think about it in the most general way possible. Yeah. I'm not talking about music. I'm not talking about, just like, if you have peace, man, like you won.
No, facts.
You won.
I do want to challenge you, right? The reason why I want to challenge you is because do you feel like you can't be at peace now? Like where you're at in this current point? Or do you think that it has to come to a point where you truly won't be at peace? Like when you say, the reason why I'm saying that is because it's like, do you think that you can be somewhat at peace, but you can't truly be at peace until your soul has rested? Like, I don't know. It's a deep question.
Right. It is.
Because it's like, I can tell myself like, nah, I'm at peace, like living like that blissful life, like here on earth, right? Where they say like heaven on earth, right? Or something like that. So it's like, do you believe that you can live that now, or will will that come at the end of life type of thing? It's just to challenge you. And like,
I feel like that's why for me it's like finding peace. Okay. It's like, if you really ask yourself, what are we really chasing really here in life? It's peace in the end.
I believe it's
like,
the same.
That's literally what we're chasing. Like in the end. So can I really have that? I don't know. Right? Okay. I don't know if it's like it can be a whole. Yeah. We just keep chasing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So every time and every place we find ourselves, it's like we feel like this relief sometimes, like, whew, okay, I can wake up today, this week I'm good, this month I'm good, 6 months I'm good, 1 year I'm good, right?
Yeah.
It feels like you found peace. And then life naturally, something will just blow into it, and then it feels like you're imbalanced.
Yeah.
Right? And then you go chasing that peace again. You feel me? So
that's interesting.
You feel me? You can't completely have it, but then why would I not chase it till I find it?
And that's interesting, because that's the place that I'm currently like at.
Right.
And I feel like in order for me, whenever I think about the peace part, it's like I feel that it's first and foremost, it's a battle with self, right? Like like the inner, your inner
Inner
being,
self,
your
yeah,
inner self,
yeah.
right? So
Right.
you're like, okay, like, you know, you have these many different things that's going on in the world around us and everything like that. And so for me, it's like, I think truly when you can really learn to,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's easier said than done, because me and my homies always talk about this, but it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I really feel that you can experience that peace now.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because the things that knock you out or like take you out that place of, I guess, peace is when I feel like you allow things on the external things to disturb the internal things.
Literally.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, it's like I want to challenge you on that, and I want to, when I talk to you next time, I want to like hear where you're at, because it's like I really feel like you can have it, but it's like, what are you gonna look at this as? It's like, I'm still alive, I'm still here, I'm still good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I know there's a lot of things that you say can be stressful, but it's like, imagine someone saying these things or doing these things, and then it's like they're able to evoke something in your own spirit
Self,
or something,
yeah.
or
Spirit,
self,
yeah.
that it's like, man, this person is blowing me, this person's doing this. But what, imagine if you was like, you got to the point where you're like, you know what, like, that's okay, I'm still here. This person, what this person doing does not have anything to do with myself or my inner self.
You know,
So
that's
like,
where discipline comes in.
Yeah.
I feel like because we're finding peace, we also have to, we know we have to know something, that there's something that we naturally have or don't have, and that's discipline is in us. We just have to make sure that we're using it.
Where do you find yourself using discipline?
Like you said something about the external affecting the internal, right? So when the external is being too much, we have to tell ourselves that, yo, bro, this is not good for the peace we're looking for, right? We have to find a way to shield that. And you know, the crazy thing is, that is hard.
It's
that's
tough.
the hardest.
No, it really is.
You see, discipline is the hardest. You feel me? Because that's where you know if you can last long in that water, that high current water, or you would go with the flow, or it just takes you away. That's where you have to fight so hard. You get me?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're all in that battle in our lives right now, every day.
For sure.
You know, in the workplace, in the career, in the building. And we're young. Funny thing. But then it feels like we're not. Because we're chasing something. Like, we're always chasing. Like, it's like a...
I agree with that part.
Like a rat race. You feel me? But in the end, just be intentional about, you know, how you want to, you know, find those things and then put yourself in that situation.
And the thing is also, I feel like if you don't have discipline, right, you can't find peace like that, to be honest, because every day we try to find peace. Like, let's say, for example, you wake up in the morning, you know, you already have stuff in your mind, like you're like, God, like, and everything you're thinking of in your mind is just to end up finding peace, to be honest. Because there might be something you're going through and you're like, you know, trying to fight it, and, you know, trying to be like, everything, if you think about it, to cut the story short, you're still trying to find peace. But the thing is, if you're not disciplined, you know, and if you don't pray and this and that, like, you can't actually find peace. Like, you can't find peace till you, I feel like till you pass, like till you die, you can't find peace, to be honest. Because it's like when you, it's just like having debts, right? If, God forbid, if anybody dies, the person you're owing money will stop looking for you.
Actually,
you know, he will stop like trying to like, ask you for his money or this and that. He will know that, well, he's gone. Where will I find the money? And that's it. Like, all your debts are gone. Your car note is gone. You stop paying for anybody you're owing, anybody you have to see today, tomorrow. If they find out something happened to you, you know, that's it. Like, you know, that's actually when you find
gone with
peace.
the wind.
Because if you're still here, I feel like you still try to find peace every single day of your life. It can't stop.
Race.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just up to you to know, to discipline yourself and know how to manage it and balance your life, you know, with everything. So you know, it won't stop. And the thing is, I feel like humans are, like, God created humans as distractions, you know, to other humans. You know what I mean? So it's like,
interesting.
You know, if you can't go about your day without a human trying to bring you down or trying to
test your patience.
And that's how And that's why most people don't find peace with the thing is, humans, if they were not, if you were the only one living in this world, you actually
You'd be at peace,
yeah,
right?
you'll be at peace. You probably find like 90% of peace. You know what I mean? Like you won't think about nothing else. Like there will be
Yeah.
nothing on your
Facts.
mind. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for example, let's say I have a child, and I'm somewhere at work, trying to work this, that. I'll be thinking about my child. I'm like, where's my child? Did my child
my
eat
child's
today?
good, yeah.
Da. What's going, like, I didn't find peace yet. That's not, I'm trying to find it,
Yeah.
but I didn't find it yet, because I'm not at peace, because I know my child is somewhere, and I'm probably thinking of something bad, like, oh, did someone grab my kid? Did my kid eat today? Is she crying? Is he crying? It's just different stuff. So it's like, it's so hard to find peace. You actually cannot find peace till you like actually rest. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
interesting.
Completely.
I ain't gonna. That's interesting to me. Just because
Yeah.
it's like I hear that, like, and that's why I feel like you're saying like worry. That's one of the number one things you're talking about, like just that worry. And I feel like
there's an imbalance when you worry.
exactly.
You get me? Like,
and so that's what I was gonna say. Going into the next thing, where it's like your mental. So like, how do you take care of your mental? Because for me personally, it's like there's things that I can worry about my whole life, but it causes more stress for me. So it's like, for me, I have to do certain practices that it's like, okay, like maybe it may be spiritual practices where it's like, even just praying, it's like letting off that prayer, just like I can't control everything. So it's just like, I'm just putting it out there into the universe or whatever to God and just leaving it out there. And it's like, at the end of the day, I can't do nothing else about it,
exactly.
right? And I might do something like yoga or like meditating. So it's like, for me, it's like I personally believe that there's like things that you can do that may help you find your personal peace, but it's different for everyone. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I won't even lie. Like, I definitely do kind of. I know what you're saying,
yeah.
especially when it comes to the end of death, because that's when your soul really is at peace. It's like that's why I say rest in peace, like because you're at perfect peace.
And that's why most people, I'm not trying to say anything bad about people that did it, but that's why most people commit suicide. It's because they couldn't find peace. They couldn't,
Sometimes,
your mind is not at rest.
Yeah, they didn't know how to deal with, like, the distractions, which, like I said, are humans. You know what I mean? Like, it might be somebody that, try to bring him down, saying
pressure.
you can never make it, you can never do this, you're a bad child, you're this and that. And he couldn't handle all that. He couldn't take all that.
Facts.
And he,
I totally agree with that. Like, I feel like in this day and age, it's definitely hard. Like, I think it takes a amount of commitment to actually want to actually take care of like things like the mental and things like that. Where it's like, so question is now, it's like, we've talked about all of this. We kind of like jumped off into the whole peace talk. We've been talking about that a lot too. Like the last one with my friends, we were talking about peace and everything like that as well. But for yourself, right? What do you do for your mental health now to like keep yourself in that space where you can actually try to experience that peace now? Or what would you add? What would you like to add into that? Like into like that little, like, take care of yourself, your mental health.
Right. Like, so I'm not the best guy with, that deals with anxiety or that deals with how to like put yourself in order, you get me, to make sure. But the things I speak to myself a lot. I talk to myself a whole lot. Like, I have to ground myself sometimes. I have to tell myself that, look, man, focus, man. Like, because it's not working the way you want it to work, don't mean it won't work.
Yeah.
You just have to be patient with it. Do what you need to do, the things you can control.
Yeah.
Now, I'm saying that now, it sounds easy to say.
It sounds easy, yeah.
Right? but like, I know deep down, that's like a battle for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I have to every day fight.
Fact.
I have to every day. And, someone told me recently, said, cry if you have to. Cry. You know how you feel sick, and then when you
let me close that door.
You know how when you feel sick, and when you throw up, you sort of feel okay. You sort of feel okay, right? Because you just let go of some trouble in your belly, right?
Yeah.
It's like, that's how. like crying feels. You feel me? Like
Just
that's
releasing it.
like it's like releasing it,
Yeah.
like releasing that stress. You feel me? Sometimes it might not take the whole thing away, right? It might not take the whole thing away, but like it helps it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So like I try to, when I feel too much chaos in my mind and then too much all of that, I just try to like, let it all out or find people to speak to. I might not tell them exactly what the full problem is, but like you have to. My sister's been talking about therapy for me as well.
That's what's
like,
up.
like it's very important to like
Yeah.
speak. You get me? Like you're a young man, you have to know that, bro, where you are at right now, a whole lot of people have been there. A whole lot of people that have made it so big in the world, they have been there. In short, worst cases. I'm not trying to say you're using that as a like as a mantle. You're not holding on to that to say, oh, because they've been there, it means that, oh, don't worry, I'll be. But like in the end, it still helps you to think about it, that people have been in worse situations than you have been. I've been in bad shit and I've got out of it. It's what it is. That's what life is called, right?
Mm-hmm.
The life battle is you rowing your boat and never stopping. Even when you breathe for a second, you have to keep rowing that boat,
true.
regardless of whatever it is, regardless of the current, regardless of how the sharks in the water or the whales or whatever is trying to get you. You just have to keep going. And like George said about, how human beings stress other human beings, is true. Like you interact with people. Sometimes you have some interactions that are just bad for your soul.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell until you finish that interaction. Like, why was I here? Now you have some sort of fear or worry in your mind. The things you don't usually worry about now, because other people, if you let other people project and you let it in, it will dwell. You will dwell in it, and then you become that. Words sometimes. So you have to stay away from certain energy, right? Like, why do I have to be in a place with someone that's always talking about how negative things can be, how bad things can be, always the bad? Why can't you see a way out? Why can't you see a silver lining? Why can't you talk about how, bro, it's possible to hack this thing in the end? Don't worry.
Yeah.
You feel me? Why do I have to like keep up with that? So sometimes for me, I try to go away from it. I try to make sure that I'm in my own space, speak to the people that make your soul feel good, about, the conversations for me are very important. I love conversations.
Yeah.
I love conversations, right? Real life. That's what helps my mind. I'm a creative. I'm a full-time creative. Everything I do is creativity.
Yep.
Why would someone like me, everything sparks creativity, whether good or bad, because I'm as a creative person, right? So do you want to fill up your life with so much bad that your mind is so troubled that the only thing you create is out of that bad situation? Why can't you create it from, love, from good places, from great conversation, from eating good dinners, or like just chopping it up with your guys or stuff? So like I try to make sure that I stay away from the negative, even though you can't completely stay away from it.
Yeah.
It still finds its way to you, but try, because your mental is at risk every day, man. Like every day you
That's
stepping
true.
out, one chaos happening, or the dog backing, and then you're worried like, oh, what's going on? I hope that you just little things could just, just take away from that peace that you have at that moment.
Facts.
Yeah.
So you were saying something about, creative, and I think what you're also getting at was like perspective, right? I honestly would say it's probably not only Nigerians, it's a lot of other people, groups, especially in Africa, wherever the case is, like how everyone is just making the best out of what is going on.
Right.
And so like I was just going to that part where it's like, where did that perspective come from? Where did that like being in something that's not the best situation and finding a way out and staying kind of positive about it? Like, you understand what I'm saying? So like, where did that come from? Like, is that something that you were just brought up by with your people, your family, or just in your neighborhood, in
Right.
your like,
personally, yeah. Everything you see a lot of time, I built this. Like, I built this. I sort of made sure that this whole person that I am is created. It wasn't someone that, because I realized that looking back at my life, I was alone a lot.
yeah,
You feel me? Even though it felt like I was somewhere, but like it felt like I was alone with my thoughts, in my environment. So I had to shape myself every day. So that's why, and I watch a lot of movies. I like to watch a lot of documentaries and watch people just talk about their life and how they like look at stuff. And then I'm a very good observer.
Okay.
Like I can see with everybody in the room and I just observe how you move, how you say stuff. You don't have to tell me this is what you're saying. I just observe. When you said it 1-2 times, I already get it. Right? I like to observe people. I know when people are in bad moods for some weird reason. I know when someone is in a bad mood, I could just tell.
Yeah.
I know when someone is in a good mood from the tone of their voice, from the phone. I don't even have to be with you. On the phone, I could just tell that something is off. Even though you lie about it, I just can't tell.
Yeah.
You know, that something is off because I had to become that person, you know, so I'm able to better cope. It's like people can't tell when, you know, you have issues completely, but I can just, you know, read through.
Same here.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
so why, well, for me, like that perspective came from, man, ego still be, right? Regardless, like whatever happens, right? Bro, it's going to lead up to somewhere in the end, right? You don't know where it's going to lead up to. You don't for sure know. But I can choose to stay negative or positive. I'm just going to choose the one that I feel like works for me. I'm just going to choose positivity. You get me? So like I just keep my mind together. I think that would help my mind better. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I feel.
Wow.
So that's how I just navigate every day. You know, like, oh well, yeah, you're sad. You're tucking your head in the pillow and like screaming and asking, geez, like what? But like, wake up, have a good bath, spray some perfume, walk out like King Kong, bro. Like, and just go get it. Fail at it, but fail forward regardless. Make sure you fail forward so you know the direction you're going to.
So, like, have you ever thought about like giving up on music? Like, has it ever crossed your mind? Like, let me give up on this shit.
Yeah. Give up, like give up completely. Yeah, there's that part, or like give up in terms of. Like I said to one of my guys that work with me, like under distribution, I said, I think I'll just take a break for 2 years and face something. Everybody I told were like, are you joking with us? Like, these are people that are grinding for you, and they're like, why are you saying that kind of stuff to her? Bro, you can't take that time off. You know, the funny thing about taking time off is when you come back, it's not the same time you left when you left. It's a different phase. And now you have to keep up to speed. So why not go through your troubles in it?
Yeah.
And find your way out of it. Everybody has a downside.
You got to go through it.
You have to go through it. Like the most popping artists out of Africa right now, popping. I'm saying popping.
In European?
Nah, and from Nigeria, right?
In European, or are you saying like this
Generally
is a consensus that everybody will agree?
Yeah, is Ashake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you say, like
like
on
everybody,
the rise,
everybody,
like everybody,
bro,
just,
everybody knows what's up.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like, I'm not talking
agree.
Burna, I'm not talking about, but I'm talking like,
Yeah.
bro, like, and that guy's been grinding out since
I
so
heard
long.
the longest.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
he's just now blowing.
And even when people thought he blew,
He
wasn't really. When he
there.
dropped Mr. Money, that's why they call him Mr. Money. That
Yeah.
song, people knew this, somebody didn't know him. So like a lot of people like, and now he's popping off, and he just came out there like, what came out weird, bro? Like this nigga been just doing his thing, man. You get me? So now think of that guy blowing up now. Think of every other person. Do you think it crossed their mind to give up at some point?
Yeah.
It most definitely did.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe they did give up. You don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. You don't even know. Like,
You don't.
but they just kept on like vibing through. You don't even know if I've given up. You get me? But like,
true.
I'm just grinding it out regardless. But like, man, that's a question, man. Like, yeah, I have thought about it. I've thought about hanging my boots and saying, but like, I also thought about all the people that hung their boots.
Yeah,
and they didn't try to follow through to see where the potential to take them to.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that
it's
guy.
probably somebody out there that would have been bigger than Burna Boy, Davido,
if they had just kept on,
if they,
going.
And Whiskey, I don't know.
You get me? So like, we don't know
Saying
that,
that
right?
nigga
We're not
said.
sure. We're just saying there is like, wouldn't you want to ride through it to see where it takes you?
Yeah,
Bro, I think I gave up in 2019. And that's when I actually just gave in to it. The same time I gave into, it was the same time I gave up. And I'm a ton of streams deep now.
So what do you do?
With a lot of people that know my music, with a lot of people that sing my songs, with people listening to my in the thousands every day, right? And I'm still not at my fullest potential. So like, I'm thinking to myself, what do I do different? That's the thing. I don't have the answer. I don't know. All I can do is find new ways to just do what I do and just keep doing it. When I did this show last year, December, had no shows. This year, I did my show, my own, my people, my terms, my music. I put people on my stage. You get me? So like,
talk that.
You feel me? Like, and now I'm thinking of a bigger one. I'm speaking to the people in the hood. I'm saying, nah, I want to bring Panda live. I want to put pandas all around. Nah, I don't have to give all that information. Like, bro, like, but like, so you see, like, how am I going to do it? I still do not know.
Yeah.
But
you're going to do what you can.
I did that. I did almost 500 people come out for me one night. Love, you feel me?
Yeah.
We could do 2,000.
I love to hear that.
With better PR, we could do 10,000. We could take the whole. We could take every corner in Surulere. We're Surulere boys. We could take every corner in Surulere, and everybody knows Panda, and they're chanting it. They might not even know the music. They just know that there's one guy grinding it out, and then when he says pull up, they pull up.
That's love.
You feel me? Like, and if we can do that in this city, imagine what the conversation would be in other cities. Just talking about, bruh, there's this guy Panda from Surulere, man. If you listen to his music, it's dope, blah, 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 blah. You can talk all of that in the media and all of that. But come out to see him. Come out to see him perform. Come out to see him do his stuff. He's not shy about it.
Yeah.
Like, this whole confidence, no one gave it to me. I, every day, worked on myself day in, day out. So it's about giving up. Yeah, I could give up. But now I've put too many people on to look at me to now give up. So if I give up, I'm disappointing Lamar. I'm disappointing George. I'm disappointing you. Yeah. I'm disappointing my mother that's come to see me perform. I'm disappointing all the girls that rock with me, that like me. You get me? All the girls that chat too. I'm disappointing my friends. I'm disappointing people in the US that I don't even know that know me. Yeah. I'm disappointing 1,000 people. I'm disappointing millions of people that I don't even know about. You get me? I'm disappointing so many people. So giving up it could cross my mind, but like, wouldn't you want to see to the end to see that, you know what, it didn't work out completely?
But you tried.
But you tried. And in your trials every day, more people keep knowing you. People saw me. People experienced my music first time at my live show. They never heard an MP3 from me before. They followed some money to the show. And they're coming up to me and they're saying, bruh, what you just did, please don't stop.
Yeah.
Some guy walked up to me, said he's trained to be in the UFC, and then he said he doesn't do anything music, like, but like he saw me and he's never heard my song before, but like he was watching and he was mesmerized. He was taken away from me just performing on stage. Someone I do not know. This is not my guys. The different people that have chatted me up, that sent me DMs, voice note, like, bro, we saw what you did, like, and do you think it'll be fair for me to give up? Do you think it'll be fair on those people to wake up one day and there's Panda Monae doesn't exist no more, or he doesn't do what he does? He just thought that he wouldn't make it through. I would disappoint the whole nation, bro.
Facts.
You get me?
I think it's in your name too, though. You said it earlier, but you got like, it's that faith, bro. Like, it's having radical. I think in truly anything it takes is like, there's radical faith in like, nah, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm going to do this. Like,
literally,
there's nothing that can stop me. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to do this.
Just
so it's like having that faith, like, in your own name,
right?
The discipline, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then being coachable, bro. Everything is in your ballpark. Like, it's in your favor. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I just have to make sure I'm tapping into that day in, day out. I send DMs every day. I send messages. I say, please, can you put me on this? Or they say, no, not right now. I mean, I just got a message that, you're somewhere I'm trying to get onto right now. I can't get on that stage. And for me, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You get me? The ones I get, great as well. Yeah. But like, is it because we got a lot of no's that we have to stop? if you really check it, something is working.
Yeah.
The thing is, as human beings, we like to focus on the things that are not working to feel some type of way. Like for me, I usually say I have no enemies, bro. If someone says it's fighting me somewhere, bro, ask the person for real. Like, are you sure you have problems with that? But like I'm someone that you fuck up with, right? And I might call you in the end and be like, yeah, I don't like that shit. You get me? Yeah. I just don't like chaos.
Yeah.
I don't like chaos.
Oh, mother, don't take light to. So you guys are here to witness. Nepa don't take light.
Literally.
The battery's getting. Oh, this shit wasn't even recording this whole time.
Then it's just recording now.
Yeah. We're back.
Let's go back.
I'm sorry. Nepa don't take light, and we forgot to press record.
Let's go back to it.
Oh my God.
So I was just saying, right? It's getting late.
Just start from where you started.
Yeah. So I just asked what's his favorite dishes, and he said beans.
Yeah, beans, and then bro, anything goes. But beans, right? I'll never say no to beans, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
In my house though, like in
places
rice? That I like, but like I eat. Bro,
what?
Do we eat rice?
I'm asking you,
do
you
we
eat rice?
Bro, that's like
I'm asking, do you eat rice?
That's like not drinking water. That's like not drinking water.
That's why you don't call rice as your favorite thing.
Yeah,
why is rice?
You have to eat rice. You have
like,
to.
You have to.
In Nigeria, you have to.
Amala, do you like amala?
Oh yeah, ooh, yeah.
Skin color. You see his skin color, bro.
Bro, I love me some.
You have to
I
eat
love
that
amala,
shit.
bro. I love amala. No, yes.
See?
Yes.
I bought another one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love me some amala, man. My best amala is in Ibadan.
Okay.
Like, not even in Lagos. Like, if I have to eat amala and I have to eat it proper as in Ibadan, amala sky, bro.
Wait, so another question. We didn't even ask you. So, where are you from? Like, if, where's your dad from?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I heard you, because I know from we growing up, for a couple of years that you speak one language. I know that for sure. I don't know what it means, but like yesterday when we're out, you said something like was kuka.
But that was Hausa, bro.
Oh yeah,
so I grew up in I lived in the northern part of Nigeria at some point of my life. I lived in Kaduna, and it's it's the northern part. So like we have the basic language there is Hausa, right? Hausa is like, so I mean, who are you to live somewhere and not like pick up on like their general language?
Yeah.
You get me? Like, but I'm not like a complete language guy, but like I could speak.
Yeah.
My dad is from Delta State in Nigeria,
Okay.
and my mom's from Lagos State. So I'm like mixed. So now I have like Hausa as well, like a Hausa background. Living 9 years in the north is not. I mean, that's something.
And you speak Yoruba too, right?
Yeah, I speak Yoruba like
and you
casually, but
understand
I'm not heavy on language, but like I understand, to a fault.
You have to. If you live in Lagos, you have to understand Yoruba. Yeah.
How do you interact with the locals if you can't speak Yoruba?
That's dope though. That's dope.
So that's you well versed, well rounded.
Yeah. And then English. I mean,
yeah. So what would you like? To sum everything up, right? Are we like? I don't know.
Yeah, no, facts.
So what's your what would you like to say to people that are trying to be like you? You know what I mean? Like
do their own thing.
Trying
to figure out what it is that how they're gonna break through, or I feel like you're going through your thing, but like someone that's also going through their thing.
Yeah.
If you were to talk peer to peer with someone, like looking at the camera, like letting them know, like, yo, like, these are some things that I found to be helpful.
Right.
What are the things that you found to be helpful on your journey from the time when you telling us that you first got into it, dabbling the keys with George, Grease, and then to the point where you like, damn, I kind of wanted to hang up the boots, to the point where it's like, man, I ain't gonna lie, like I got faith in what I'm doing and I'm putting the work behind it and I'm staying disciplined. Like, what would you say to that person who's also in the same kind of boat as you or just getting started?
Right. Like, I mean, I do, like, from where I'm at right now, I know I do get messages from people saying I inspire them. Sometimes I'm looking at it like, inspire you? Crazy, man. Like, where am I? How am I doing that? But like, it's crazy how people can find inspiration from anywhere or anybody.
Yeah.
You get me? So like, for the people so this is like to everybody that I've never like really said, because like I never really know how to say, oh, this is what you should do, or this is how you should do it. For those people, for the people that are just looking, that are not even looking for inspiration, but now would find is, it's a grind for a reason, right? It's
Yeah.
not supposed to be easy. It is never supposed to be easy. You would have bad days. You would have days where you'd be like, oh yeah, I hit this milestone, and you're happy. And then you look at that same milestone the next day and you're like, bro, this is not even a lot, because you're looking at other people's own now and you're like, bro, I could do more. And then you're beating yourself up. To those people, to the people just waking up every day and not knowing what to do next, is you just have to stay on it. Like, for you to get results, you have to stay on it.
Yeah.
You cannot get results if you are here and there and then you're not really consistent with it. Your voice will get better if you train your voice to get better. It won't just fall from heaven. You get me? It won't fall from nowhere. Ed Sheeran, he said it. He didn't know how to sing. He used to sing shit.
Wow.
And he played his first record. It was sounding weird. People were laughing. But Ed Sheeran is one of the biggest artists in the world right now.
Yeah.
He honed his skills. He learned it. You can literally learn how to sing.
Yeah.
You can learn how to be anything. That's why I said this is a character. You can literally become that great guy. But you have to stay on it. So my own word is, you have to every day grind it out. Make sure you're learning, opening yourself up. Don't be rigid, bro. Don't be rigid. You don't know nothing. Trust me. The information you have now is the smallest of the information you will ever have. There's more things out there in the world that you could gain. You can open your mind up to more people. Listen, even to the regular guy. Sometimes have conversations to the people you think cannot even give you anything. Just listen to people talk. Listen to people tell you what their experiences are. And from there, I feel like you find where you're going to. You find your path every day, regardless. And that's what I do. I just open my mind up to learn. I want to always be a part of something that's great, man. So I open my mind up regardless every day. Yeah.
That's good. That's good, man.
Appreciate it.
It was nice, having to ask you some questions,
Facts. We're looking out for that new stuff that's coming out.
2023.
So who should we be expecting, like, on your? Do you have any collabs, like?
Yeah, I'm working on, like, I don't. That's the thing. For me, I feel like it could be organic. For me, I can't, like, if something is in the work, I'm chasing something. Like I said, if it comes to be, then that becomes like, you feel me? Like, if I have to work with anybody, anytime, anywhere, it has to be very, 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 very organic. Like, I have to love. I don't want to sound better than you on the record, or you better. Like, it's not that. That's not the point of the record. Oh, I killed it better than that. That's not. It's not competition. It's how did we come together to make this beautiful art and have the world just experience it
with you
from our own point of view. You get me? Like, so, like, bring your sauce, I bring mine. We cook that dish. We make it happen. So if there's anybody, like, it could be anybody, you get me? So if that happens, that happens. If it doesn't happen yet, that's fine. But every day, I'm just working to be better. So when I get into the room where I have to be better, I know that I have already done the work. You get me? So, like, I'm not timid about what it is that I do. I'm very confident in it because I work on it every day. You get me? Like, and I'm learning. I'm learning, and my mind is open to learn more. So
that's what's up, man. This is another episode of Pure Potential. The Jenners going on in the back. They took light, and this is a matter in just an hour's time. But this is a special one. Appreciate you hopping on here, Panda Monae. Panda Monae and Grease and Jay Lamar. Appreciate you for being behind the camera. One last thing before we go, just like and subscribe to that channel, Pure Potential. It's actually Namaste Bottega, but like and subscribe, and as well as just share this with anyone who may want to hear about this. So we signing out, and we'll get up with you all another time. All right?
Yeah, now that I see what it is, I finally feel I can get out and live. I feel like I could live.